Hello my buttercups! I got a bit of a shorter video today, but one that is filled with information that will come as music to your ears. And hopefully it will give some distraction from all the bad that's happening in the world right now as well. Recently I read about some epic and exciting Project Zomboid news that I think will float your boat. I was going to bring you all this video earlier, but I decided to remake this video you see now halfway through production, as I just wasn't satisfied with it, and quality is important. Today's news is regarding the highly awaited Survivor NPCs, which I recently made a video about, so I thought you would all love an update. So let's get started. The news is brought to us from one of the game's developers named Chris Simpson, who is in the team that works on the NPCs. On his Twitter, he roughly explained how the generation of the Survivor NPCs will be like and how their relationships are formed and developed, which is huge news. I will try to put my sources somewhere on screen too, so you can read his exact wording, just in case I am more illiterate than I think I am. From what I've read, it will be similar to how it's done in Crusader Kings 2, where you have big families and complex family trees. This means that every Survivor NPC has their own siblings, parents and so forth that they want to reunite with or want to protect. Having these relationships will make for realistic and interesting NPC dynamics and behaviors, just without the nobility aspect of Crusader Kings, because we do not live in the Middle Ages anymore. The developer says that before a game starts, there will be a mass generation of families. These families start at the grandparents and then goes down to their children, who then get married, as you do, and on it goes, with some people getting divorced here and there. With this system you get a similar effect as in Crusader Kings. At this point of generation, you have a big family tree with people having kids and marriages. In the next stage, people in the family tree will die off from, let's say, old age. And just like in real life, the family gets separated between different households, with the elderly living further away in most cases. And the same goes for the kids that move out and start their own lives. All these people will get their own house on the map, which will suit their family size. So generally speaking, someone that lives alone has a smaller house than the whole family. I bet the people that live alone will end up in those crappy trailers that you have in the game. And they are totally screwed when the zombies come knocking. During the outbreak, their assigned houses will serve as their safe house. And to add some spice and more believability, the developer said that some people won't be at home during the start of the outbreak. After all, people have work, need to go to the groceries, or are just going outside in general. People do not stay locked up inside waiting for shit to hit the fan. So some NPCs might come home and find their whole family zombified. Except us, because we stay inside in our beloved man caves 24/7. Sad, but true. Naturally, a sane person wants to go to their family during an apocalyptic event. This will give the NPCs purpose, and this purpose will drive their decision making and their behavior. A worker would want to rush home to protect his family, and the prepper would want to go home to fortify his house and binge YouTube videos. All this will get generated at the start of the game. Consider me excited. Once you as a player jump in, all these scenarios will unfold around you. You will be witnessing the sheer panic of people as you also fight for resources and unfold your own survival plan. All this will make it so every NPC has their very own background, their very own story and their very own agendas. And like in real life, they start with their own rivalries, for not everyone gets along in this world, unfortunately. Of course, with this system in place, everybody will be dead eventually. So to combat this, people will occasionally arrive from places outside the cities. This should maintain the Survivor NPCs their existence on the map. If you don't want this, you can probably tweak it to your preferences in the sandbox settings as always. As said in my previous video that covered NPCs, all NPCs will have different personalities, which is in the RimWorld style with traits, and of course with the traits that we already know from the game. So there can be fighting among groups or even infighting in your own group, as some traits will clash. And for those wondering, there won't be any young children or babies in the base game, because them getting torn to shreds by zombies ain't quite PG friendly. And as said by the developer, it will most likely get it banned in like 20 countries. The mods can still make this happen, the devs just can't add it to the game themselves, for it's a complicated world we live in. Recently I did a community post asking what video you would all be interested in. At that time, a video about the unstable build for the 1.66 was an option. As of now, this build has now been released as a standard build, so let me know if you all still want me to cover it. You're able to vote for it in a community tab on my channel, if you haven't done that already, that is. As of now, it seems like you guys still want it. I would also love to hear what you think of this NPC news in the comments down below. That's all for now, thanks for watching everyone, Me, your Lord Crazy, will see you all very soon.